Okay, so this is part two of basic drawing in AutoCAD. So I already did a tutorial about how to create the three views for the support bracket in AutoCAD and how to save, and you should have already saved your work. So hopefully all that has been done. As you can see, you have the front view, the top view, and the right side view, the basic boxes that make up the three different views for the support bracket. Now the support bracket looks like this, and we're going to do the three orthographic views of the support bracket that's right here. So the next steps. What are the next steps? Well, I need to make this cutout that goes all the way through. I need to make this cutout on the top view and also the cutout on the top view of this back portion here. So I'm going to start with the front view and make this cutout. So it's 7 millimeters tall, and it's 20 millimeters in from the left hand side, and it's 35 millimeters across. So let's go to AutoCAD and let's put that on our front view. So I want to zoom in to my front view, make it a little bit bigger so I can see it, and I'm going to pan it over so it's kind of in the middle. I'm going to use a couple of different commands to do this. I'm going to use the offset command, and I'm going to use the trim command to do this. So first one is offset. Offset is this command right here. So you can click on the button, or you can click O on the keyboard and it brings it up. So O and then enter, and it brings you into the command. Hit escape to get out. So, or click on the button, there's offset, and that's the two ways you can initialize the command. So offset, it says specify offset distance. So the offset distance, I'm going to take this line that's down here and I'm going to offset it this direction 7 millimeters. So my offset distance is 7. So I'm going to type in 7 on my keyboard and hit enter. And then it asks me current setting, yada, 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 specify offset distance. We did that. So I'm going to select the line. So it now says offset, select object to offset. So I want to offset this line. So I'm going to click on the line once, right? And I'm not going to touch my mouse button. And then I'm going to click any direction, anywhere up this way, not right on the line. I have to be past where I want to offset it to. I can't do it from down here. You could offset it in the wrong direction, which would be down. We want to go up. So just move up generally and then click again. And you'll notice that it took that line and it offset it 7 millimeters up. I'm going to hit the space bar and it'll take me out of the command. Now, if I want to go back into the command that I just did, so say I want to use offset again, I can just hit the space bar on my keyboard and look what happens. It brings up the last command. So I don't want to offset 7 millimeters this time. I want to take this line right here, this vertical line, and I want to offset it over 20 millimeters. So I'm going to type in 20 and hit enter. And I'm going to pick this line and go that way, and it offset at 20. And then I'm going to hit the space bar again. It'll take me out, and I'm going to hit the space bar again, and I'm going to offset that last line that I just offset 25. Take this line and go this direction and offset that 25. Then I'm going to hit the space bar. So now I have these 4 lines. Now this is the space where that little groove or tunnel goes through in the front view. I need to clean this up. I need to get rid of some of these lines. So I'm going to use the trim command like I did before. So I'm going to click trim, but in this case, instead of selecting each individual line, I know that I want to use this line, this line, this line, and this line as my cutting edges. I want to use all 5 of those lines. Sorry, 4 of those lines. So I'm going to use a window, a crossing window. So I'm going to go up in a blank area up here, and I'm going to click once, and I'm going to drag down. And you notice I get the green crossing window. Now, the reason they call this a crossing window is because you see the line that makes the window. It's kind of like a broken line. That's called a crossing window. Anything that that window touches, it will select. If I go back the other direction, I get a blue window, and it's a solid line. So that's a regular selection window, and it will only select objects that are completely inside of the window. Okay? Anything you touch, completely inside. So anything I touch, I want to go this way, and it selected all of those lines. Now that I've selected all the lines, I hit enter once, and I want to pick the pieces of the line that I want to get rid of. I want to get rid of that piece. I want to get rid of this piece. I want to get rid of this piece. I want to get rid of this piece. Whoops, I missed. And I want to get rid of this piece in here, right? Because if you look at the drawing, there's no line that goes across there, right? So I want to get rid of that piece of line too. So I'm going to get rid of that one. There you go. Now that I'm done getting rid of the pieces of line that I don't need, I hit the space bar or I hit enter and I get out of the command. So there's the little notch that goes through the front view, just like that, right? So I want to draw on the top view, I want to draw the notch that makes up, that's over here on this end on the left side. And I also want to draw the lines that make the notch up here in the upper right corner. So if I go to my bracket, that would be this notch here and this notch here. So this notch is 7 millimeters deep, 25 millimeters across, and 10 millimeters in from the front edge. Okay, so I go to AutoCAD, and I'm going to use the offset command again. So I go offset, and the first offset I want to do, I think, is 10, if I remember right. Let me check my drawing. Yep, 10 it is. So I go take this front line and I go back 10 that direction. Then I hit spacebar and spacebar, and then I want to offset 7. And I want to go this way with 7, and I spacebar, spacebar, and I think it's 25. Let's double check. Yes, it's 25. I hit spacebar again or enter, and I go this way, and there I have it. So I hit spacebar to get out of the command. Then I'm going to use trim again, and I'm going to select those. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, no, I did that right. I want to go from here down like this. It selects all the pieces. Hit the spacebar or enter, and I want to get rid of that line, that line, that line, that line, and that line. So there you have it. And I hit spacebar to get out. Now, to draw the same box over here, do the exact same thing. So offset, but how far do I want to offset? It's 15 by 16. So it is 16 from the down from the back edge and 15 over from the right. So it's 16 this direction and 15 that way. So I'm in offset, I type in 15, I hit enter, and I go that way. And then I hit spacebar, spacebar, and I type 16, spacebar, and I go this way, spacebar. I'm going to use my trim command again, do this, and I'm going to hit spacebar. Now this one, I want to go there, and I want to get rid of that. But I'm going to keep these two lines because you can actually see there's a lip down here, right? So you see that in the top view. So there we go, top view. So there you go. That is all the details. Now, there are some other things that we need to add to this. There are some hidden lines, right? So how do we add the hidden lines? Well, the hidden lines for this notch up here in the top view would be right along here in the front view. And then the hidden lines for this notch in the upper right would be somewhere down here in the front view. So I can use the line command and go like this, and I can draw down with ortho on, and I could do like a perpendicular. Okay, that's one way. Or I could take this and offset it back. So I'm going to draw the line first. So let's see, we'll do the draw the line. So I'm going to click on, so I'm snapping to the end point of that line, and with ortho on, so you hit F8 on the keyboard. There we go. I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm going to pick this line, and I want to pick the perpendicular. So there we go, perpendicular. And then I'm going to right click, and I go enter to get out of the command. So now I have this big long line that goes down, so I need to trim this. So I'm going to go trim, click on there, hit enter, and I'm going to get rid of that line. Okay, so there's my hidden line. How do I change it so it looks like a hidden line? Okay, well, you click on it, and if you go up to, you type in on your keyboard line type, Linetype, line type, hit enter. You'll notice that this pop-up menu comes up. You need to load the hidden line type. You notice that I don't have a hidden line type. All I have is continuous lines. So I need to load the hidden line type. So I go load, and you're going to go down here. You'll see a couple of dashed versions. The one I want is actually right there. There's dashed. Nope, I don't want dashed. There's one that's called, this little pop-up menu is getting in my way. Hidden, right there. Doink. So I click on hidden, and there you go. You see hidden shows up, right? And you're going to go OK. And then you're going to click on this line, double click, and see where it says line type here? You're going to click on that, down, call it hidden. Okay? Then you can X that. So double click on the line. Let me see if I can do that again. So we'll undo that. So there, now that I've loaded the line type, so I typed in the word line type and I loaded hidden line. I double click on the line now that I already drew. And here where it says line type by layer, I change that and I make it hidden. Okay. And then I hit enter. Whoops, sorry, not enter. I X that. And then I hit enter. Oh, heck. Nope, sorry. Hit that and then hit escape. I'm sorry. Escape is the right one. Escape. And there you go, a hidden line. So that's one way of changing a line to a hidden line. There's a different way that I'm going to show you later that involves layers that's up here, but that's a different lesson. So now you can go ahead and add the hidden line for this groove or tunnel that goes across the underneath down here. You can add 2 lines vertically in the side view for this notch over here, and we can add some lines here for this notch at the back, and you'd also see that over here as well. Okay, so go ahead and finish this up, and what we'll do is I will show you what my finished product looks like in real time on the board. So go ahead and add the lines that you think you need to add, and then we'll be done. What do you always do after you've done a whole bunch of adding information? Click on the down arrow next to the A and go File, Save. Make sure it says Quick Save over here, and you're good. And that's how you get the next steps done for the support bracket. Hope this helps. If you have questions, please ask.